Thank you very much, Holden. Clearly fall is here, and you may think that planting season is over, but not so fast. It's actually the perfect time to get those bulbs in the ground for next spring. KEZI 9 News anchor Chelsea Deffenbacher shows you how in this week's In the Garden, sponsored by Johnson Brothers Garden Market.
I'm here with Caleb Johnson at Johnson Brothers Garden Market, and today we're going to be talking about planting bulbs to get your gardens ready for next spring. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what we should be doing?
Yeah, so there's amazing early spring color that will be coming up in people's yards, and this is your time you want to plant it. So things like tulips, daffodils, hyacinths, all those early spring blooms where we're just yearning for some color. Now's the time to get the bulbs in the ground.
So what's the first step that someone should take to get these going?
Yeah, the first step is, you want to read the instructions that come with the bulbs on how deep to plant them, because each bulb has slightly different depth requirements. And the other thing too is, you can see these bulbs, they kind of look funny sometimes. You want to make sure you actually plant them the right way up. So most bulbs have a little point on them. Make sure that's going up. If you plant them upside down, they're probably going to rot and not grow. So definitely, pay attention to the direction you're planting the bulbs and the depth.
Okay, and then what's kind of the time frame to be able to do this?
Yeah, that's a great question. You have a pretty long time frame, especially in the Willamette Valley here. We don't get that cold in November and December. Really, until the ground starts to freeze, you can still plant the bulbs. So really, into early December even, you've got a long window to get your bulbs planted and have enough time for them to wake up for you February, March, and April.
Okay, and then is there anything we need to do to take care of them over the winter?
The two big things I would recommend with any bulb planting is, one, get some bulb food or bone meal in the hole where you're planting, because that's going to provide a lot of phosphorus, and phosphorus really helps roots and really helps blooms, which are going to be key to generating enough energy for these bulbs to do their thing and bloom for you. And then the other thing is, even though we're in a rainy season in the fall, I still would recommend after you plant the bulbs to water them in deeply. That will help settle the soil, and that will also make sure that there's water deep enough where you plant them for the bulbs to start energizing and growing.
All right, well, that's going to do it for In the Garden. Back to you in the studio.